Me and you talked about it before.
Yeah.
Getting the right people and getting the right people in, it has been a game changer.
Okay, we're live, Lindsay.
All right, really?
Yes. Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. I'm not gonna say I was on the struggle bus. Y'all know I take it on the road and things happen. So let me go over to Instagram and go live over there. And it's probably gonna take a while for people to hop in because they are probably thinking I'm not here.
Is your coffee hot? Do you want me to heat it up for you?
No, I'm
You're
good.
good?
Okay. Good morning, Janine. Good morning. Okay, one more thing I need to do. Hide this. Y'all, when the app does stuff that I didn't ask it to do, it really irritates me so much. It really does. So good morning, Marcia from Maryland. Good morning, ladies. Happy Friday. It's almost Thanksgiving week. So good morning. Let me do my intro. I have had coffee, but it doesn't feel like it. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Angel. I'm Angel, the founder of Maison 276 and creator of the award-winning 3-step system for silver gray and blonde hair, a healthy way to brighten, cleanse, and restore the natural brilliance of your hair without purple dyes. We come here every Friday as a community. We chit-chat about a lot of different topics, things that are all important to you, the woman who is unapologetically growing bolder. Today, we're doing Coffee with Angel, the podcast version, because you said you wanted me to introduce you to other amazing women entrepreneurs. And I have been trying for months to get this interview with my dear friend, Lindsay Brantley. We have grown up in these entrepreneur streets together. I have a few years on her, but I am going to let Lindsay introduce herself.
Yes, well, good morning, you guys. Thank you so much for having me, Angel. So I'm Lindsay Brantley. I am the founder of Camellia Elise Spa here in Houston, Texas, and also the Camellia Elise Academy. And we focus on holistic skincare as well as self-care. So at the spa, you're going to get amazing services, including facials, massages. We specialize in laser hair removal for melanated skin because it is very, very much not the same.
Right.
And then we also developed our own skincare products many, many years ago to help with people who are dealing with PCOS issues, ingrown hairs, razor bumps, and now we have natural face care line that we use here at the spa as well.
She went through like 10 of my questions.
Of course, we can expand.
I know.
Yes.
So Lindsay's background, Lindsay is a college degree, board certified civil engineer from the oil and gas industry. You live in Houston, the energy capital of the world.
Yes.
You work for one of the largest global energy companies. And now you are the owner of one of Houston's premier independent luxury spas.
Yes.
Please tell us how you got here.
I know that's the story that people ask all the time. They're like, how do these two match? But they actually do. I got here because I got laid off.
Okay.
I was in structural engineering, doing well, thought that was going to be my path. And then when I got laid off, I had to try to figure out what another path was. And at the time, I was young. I was trying to get pregnant. I was having issues with my skin. And so I took my engineering background and researched and did what I needed to do to create the product line. And so I tell people that engineering helped me with developing the product. It did. And then as I was pushing the product out there, telling people more and more about it, they were like, well, can you show me how to use it? Or can you do my facial? And so I went back to school for medical aesthetics and loved it so much that I did both for many, many years and decided at a certain point, okay, we're here now. I'm ready to go full force into it. And I haven't looked back since.
And you bring up a point that a lot of people are surprised to find out about entrepreneurs, that in the early years, when people think you have taken the pivot You really have not.
Have not,
You
yeah.
are living in two worlds and frankly not getting any sleep.
At all.
How did you, one, balance that? And then when did you know, because that's a different answer for everyone, when did you know it was time to make a decision?
So I tell people, as a new entrepreneur, there's no such thing as balance. At the time, I had a little baby, a husband, a full-time job, and a part-time job. And I'm like flying out to try to pitch to Walmart, right? So there's no balance, no perfect balance. Mm-hmm. But what I tell people is you just learn where you need to focus more of your time that week. You know, there's going to be certain days where it's like, okay, I need my husband to cover this so that I can, you know, work on the business. And there's going to be times that I'm stopping the world so that I can go to a little league game, you know, or a play. So there was no balance. There's just understanding where you have to distribute more of your time. And then I knew that I was ready when I was doing more for the business on the side than full time. I'm getting calls all day. And at this point, I'm like, okay, now I've replaced my salary, or at least close enough to it. Right. And it's what I'm passionate about. I'm going to take a chance on me. I'm ready to go. And that's what I did. I walked away.
Okay, great. And you guys drop your questions in the chat. I am going to get to it, but I want to go back to something you mentioned, PCOS. Mm-hmm. That was a personal issue that you were dealing with, and many people might. So I want you to explain what that is, what does PCOS stand for, and how that was impacting you.
Yes. So PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And actually 1 in 3 women in the United States have it, but a lot of times we go undiagnosed.
Okay.
So specifically for me, it's a hormonal imbalance that caused me to have facial hair, have acne, have unexplained weight gain and loss. Okay. And at the time, I was in my 20s and was trying to get pregnant, and I wasn't having cycles. Like I would have a cycle once every 6 months. And it's like, okay, this is not normal. It's not normal. Right. So we have to figure out what this is. So that's what it is. It's a hormonal imbalance that can cause your body to just kind of be all out of whack.
And are the symptoms generally the same, or are they so varied? Is that why women are not diagnosed?
They can be varied. Okay. Some people like me is going to interrupt your cycle. Some people have normal cycles, but they'll, have a lot of hair growth. So it kind of hits you very differently. Okay. It's widespread, so that's why it's harder to diagnose for a lot of people.
Okay, great. Tell us, because I know the story.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So you started making the products, then people wanted to know how to use them. So then you added a service. Mm-hmm. Tell us about the Camille Elise Academy. How did that come about?
Yes. And I actually have an exciting update there too.
Oh, okay.
So with the Academy, I found that there was just a big gap in knowledge. People wanted to understand, like, well, how do I treat melanated skin? Or how do I use this product effectively? Or even how do I start my own brand? And so I've always just been the person, I would say the opposite of gatekeeping. Whatever I'm learning along the way, I want to give it to you. And so when I kept seeing the gap and people kept asking for help, I said, okay, I need to start a school. And at the time, I was in a small boutique with some people who didn't want me to teach there. So I actually had to walk away from the location.
They wanted gatekeeping.
They were like, we don't want to teach and give everything away here. And I was like, well, that's not, my passion. I'm called to do this. And so I created the Academy in 2018.
Okay.
And so we've been having the Academy alongside the spa. But as recently as last year, I really identified one of the biggest issues for melanated skin as laser treatment. Okay. And it was actually 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I said, okay, I want to do this, but it's very different and very difficult in the state of Texas to open a laser institute.
Okay.
So it took me 2.5 years, but we got green lit last week. We are opening one of only 3 Black-owned laser institutes in the entire state of Texas.
That is amazing. I didn't know we were going to be launching this amazing announcement and accomplishment.
Yes.
So you heard it here first. I'll call you with Angel. That's how much I love y'all.
Yes, yes.
That is amazing, Lindsay.
So it's as important to educate people as it is to do for them, because they have to understand, why am I using this ingredient? Why am I avoiding this? Why am I buying this or trying this? And so that's where it naturally came about.
So how many estheticians have you trained in the academy so far?
So the academy,
how many new business women?
Yeah, I've had it since 2018, but we've trained over 500 women, and about 5 men. Yeah.
That's actually more than job creation. Yeah. You're actually training future entrepreneurs.
Yes. Yeah, because that's most of what our program is. It's, here's the skills, but here's what you need to actually start this business.
It's not just the skill set, it's the business acumen as well.
Because that's been a problem for a lot of people, because you go to esthetician school and they tell you the basics of how to do a facial, but they don't tell you how to get started.
Because they want you to come and work in their spa.
Exactly. So we do both.
That is amazing, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to go to my phone and because we're a little bit far away from the screen. So normally I'm looking at the comments.
I tell people, I'm like, I don't have my glasses.
I know. Well, they're used to me. But I'm going to go to the to my phone so I can look at your questions and see what questions you guys have.
And thank you. I see so many people saying congratulations. Thank you.
We have an amazing community that is supportive and encouraging, and y'all, I've never found it on my phone before, so I'm literally trying to figure out, like, how do I get to the comments? Because I see them on the screen. Good morning from Atlanta. Yeah. All the things. Last week we had someone from Ghana. It's really amazing. Awesome. Yes, absolutely. Males, yes, she trained male estheticians. Mm-hmm. Men need to know how to do take care of their skin too.
Yeah, and then some of the classes that we teach are actually you don't have to be an esthetician. We were teaching a lot of body sculpting and aesthetics too.
Okay.
So we had some people coming in, they're like, I don't have a license in facial care, but I want to do the non-invasive body sculpting, and we could teach them how to do that without having an esthetician
Awesome.
license.
And because I didn't have my glasses on, I thought she said males, moles. Moles, okay. Like tag moles, like for instance, something like this, moles. Thank you, at Lil Junior 3. Thank you. Okay.
So what was the question about moles?
Like I'm assuming you mean how to treat moles, like tag moles.
Yes.
Is that something you can treat?
So that's not something that we do here, but I do have a few very, very reputable people here in Houston that I refer out to specifically for moles. There's a different type of laser that you want to use to remove skin tags, but it's very effective. So yes, that's something that can easily be treated. Okay, great. You just have to know what you're doing. Exactly. Okay, perfect. And I'll tell you, just because you are the queen of gray, one thing that I tell people all the time, because we're talking about laser. Yes. The laser cannot treat the hair once it goes gray. Laser cannot treat gray hair. Really? So it cannot, because it picks up pigment. And at that point, you've lost the pigment. Yes. So you have to do electrolysis. That is also something that we don't do here, but we have someone that specializes in melanated skin with gray hair as well. So that's something. So if you go to an esthetician for laser hair removal, and that hair is gray, silver, or blonde, you can't treat it. They should not be doing it with laser. Yeah. It should be done with electrolysis. So that's a key that they are not. I mean, they're always educated. Well, and I will say though, we tell people all the time, come get the service before you go gray, because sometimes you don't know that you have gray hairs in certain areas. Oh, yeah, because you've been dyeing. Yeah. So and once you get rid of the black, the little gray ones start poking out sometimes. I totally understand that. I have a special pair of tweezers that after menopause, they just. And that because we treat a lot of women's hair. And you're like, what is this? Oh my God. Yeah, I'm fine with my tweezers. I'm perfectly fine with my tweezers. Yeah, hopefully it's only like 2 little gray hairs, it's not and the rest are black. It's not that many. Well, but I mean, they're like, okay. But more questions, you guys. I got the phone up so I can see your questions. So one of the challenges and
because we are here during business hours. She's so busy that she's actually taking clients before traditional opening hours. Originally, we were going to be here before the spa opened, but she's so busy. So I'm super excited about hearing about the second location, whenever that's going to be. We're just putting that out in the atmosphere. But one of the biggest challenges for all entrepreneurs, regardless of the industry, is funding.
Yes.
You have been extremely successful with pitches and winning pitch contests.
Yes.
Tell us your strategy and what you think has been the key to winning, and tell us your total earnings just from pitch contests.
Okay, so from pitch contests and grants, because I kind of merged those two. So from pitch contests and grants, it's a little over 310,000. And so the strategy, I'm a first generation entrepreneur. When I got on stage that first time, I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew I wanted to tell my story. I wanted to show my product and show passion. Okay. So I just was like, okay, I have this business plan. Let me go to SCORE and get a mentor, somebody to help me.
Which is free. SCORE is free. Small Business Administration. There are a lot of free things. Yes.
Yeah. And so I just went there and said, okay, I need help with this. I want to do this competition. Let me put this together. And it took off from there. And I won one pitch competition and said, okay, well, I'll go try another one. And so from there, it just grew and grew and grew. And actually, next week, the Black Entrepreneurship Week is doing 3 pitch competitions, one of which I'm facilitating.
Because she's an expert.
Yeah, so I just say my strategy there, though, has always been passion. If you believe in what you're doing, right, and you've got a reason behind it, and you can explain it thoroughly, then get out there and start telling people about it. Get on stage. You never know what's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the reps.
Yeah.
Like,
the more you do it, the easier it gets. I tell people, like, what do you call it? An extroverted introvert?
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. So for the most part, like, it was hard for me to get on stage, but the more that I did it, the easier it became.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a few butterflies, you're always going to have butterflies.
Always.
So don't ever not expect that part.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, $300,000 in pitch and grant. That is like, that's an outlier.
I have to
that
say
is
that.
Right. That is phenomenal. And while that may seem like a lot, because you have a facility, like this facility that we're in, well, I'll let you, what was it when you got here?
Yeah.
And then tell us if you're in the Houston area, even if you're not, this is so worth a treat. Like I have some behind the scenes that will be a part of a separate vlog to show you what the facility looks like. It is absolutely stunning. So I want you to share with us how you built it out and what was the experience that you wanted people to have when they walk through the door?
Yes. So first, let me say, this is actually our 3rd location. You've been with me since the very first, the little house that we were in. But this is the first time I've ever had to completely build out a space. So what was here was one room and a bunch of open space. There was no bathroom. There was no washroom. And it was not insulated. And before me, there were some archaeologists in here, a bunch of men with rocks on the floor. So literally there was nothing here. And so I was so fortunate to find a great designer and a contractor that were like, okay, let's put your vision together. What I always look for is giving someone a luxurious but affordable experience. Because a lot of times when we think of spa and we think about it in the melanated community, people are often, feeling shy, or they don't feel like this is a place for me. And so I wanted people to feel the luxury, but it to actually be something that they could afford and be comfortable in the environment. And so that's what we did. We took that vision and created this space of relaxation. So
tell us about, like, you have a lot of different rooms that are designed for different experiences.
Yes.
So tell them about all the different spaces
absolutely.
that you've created, each separate unto themselves. So it's not, go ahead.
So we've always had, our facial and massage rooms,
Mhm.
right? Those are your traditional service rooms.
Right.
But I've never wanted to have a spa that just had, we'll say like a Massage Heights experience where you go in, you get a service, and you leave. We have a full relaxation lounge where we call it the nap room. It's the sanctuary where people go in, they put on compression glasses, have a glass of champagne, and they're out for hours. We also have the detox lounge, which has a sauna. It has an oxygen lounge, which we've custom built. There's only 2 in the country. And we do foot detoxes in there as well. So that's where you go in, you just detox, relax. And then we have our laser room that's specially curated for laser services because you have to be very careful about light going in and out and safety. And so that room is curated for that. And then we have, of course, our changing room, the restroom, just everything that you need. Once you get changed into your robe, you don't have to go anywhere else. Everything you need is right here.
That is amazing. The color scheme, it brings your anxiety level down. Like you can't walk in here and be stressed. I because everything about it is very intentional.
Mhm.
The colors, the lighting is
Yeah.
very subdued. There's a lot of green space in the space.
Yes.
So you can tell that it was very intentional. You can tell that it was designed by a woman who wanted a woman to, and it's also available for men too.
Yes. Yeah.
But you really wanted her to experience something very special.
Yeah. I wanted her to experience relaxation. We're often running, and like I said, we're doing everything, right? We're being the mom, the wife, the sister, the daughter, the everything to everybody. So I wanted an experience where you could walk in, just take a deep breath, and really relax. We've literally had people spend 6 hours in the relaxation lounge, just like, I just need to sleep. I just need to sit. I just need to breathe. And that's what this environment is. And that's what I wanted it to be.
The relaxation lounge has these beautiful light blue velvet lounging chairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I can totally see how somebody could be in there for 6 hours.
And we give them compression glasses too. That way you can't even see
the light
see
the light,
in.
right?
They're just massaging your eyes and warming up, and you're out.
This is why you can make this. Tell us about because not just individuals, but you also have couple services. Mm-hmm. And tell us about the group services.
Yes, yeah. So we have like a ladies self-care package, a gents self-care package. We have the bestie package if it's you and a friend, you and your daughter, want to come together. But then we also specialize in spa parties. Because yesterday, actually, on a Thursday, we had a bachelorette party. Tomorrow we have a birthday party. You may want to celebrate in a different way. We've even had baby showers where they're like, I just want me and my friends to be able to come in and get massages and celebrate together. So normally we host up to 15 people at a time.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And it works well because if you're not giving a service, you're in the detox, you're in the relaxation. There's always something to do as, you and your friends are relaxing together.
You're not stuck in a room. You experience the full facility, the full spa. Yes. I think, we're in a space now where we're looking for ways to slow down.
Yes, because all we're doing is running. And even me, right? I actually had to carve out time to say, okay, you guys, I need to get on the table once a week because I was in a car accident not too long ago.
Okay.
And so even for me, I facilitated for others, but sometimes I don't take advantage of it. And so I had to be reminded, you built this space for others, but you as well.
Right,
so you have to slow down a little bit. You have to take time to breathe, to rest. And so I've been taking advantage of my own space.
And I thank you for saying that because I think it's not unusual for someone to build something for someone else, but not actually
use it for
themselves. Right. Yes. You have a servant's heart for everyone except yourself. Yes. So awesome. You guys, feel free to drop questions in. I'm looking at the chat. So do you have a favorite client story or experience that made you say, this is exactly why I do this?
So I don't know if it's just one because this happens quite often, but
Okay.
I will tell you one of the ladies that came and literally stayed here for 6 hours, she had just suffered a loss.
Mm-hmm.
And so she came in and she got her massage. And like most people, it's like, okay, do I go change? And I just said, well, you don't have to. You don't have to go change. You can sit in the relaxation lounge for a little bit. And you just saw like this weight come off her shoulders. And she was like, oh, I don't have to rush. And so she did. She went in there and she spent the entire day in there. Nobody bothered her. And you could just see like this relief walking out the door, and those are the things that I live for.
I'm literally welling up.
Those are the things that I live for because that's why we have this space. People do, we all go through so much, and we do sometimes just need a safe space, and sometimes we need people to give us permission to relax. It's like, oh, I don't have to just get this massage and run. Not at all. You can take your time. And she needed somebody to tell her it was okay to rest.
Wow.
And that's what she did. So yeah, that's why I do this.
That's I love that. I love that. I'm telling y'all better get to Houston. So I previously mentioned that. So I forgot. So you guys, if you're just hopping on with us, you can always rewatch the full Coffee with Angel. Yeah. Today we're doing a live interview. This is Coffee with Angel, the podcast. I'm with my sweet dear friend Lindsay Brantley, who's the founder and owner of Camille Elise Spa, a luxury spa boutique here in Houston. And she's been sharing her story. And so if you're hopping on late, you can always watch the replay because it is inspiring and motivating, and even reminding me, tapping me on my shoulder that it's, sometimes we do need to be reminded that it's okay to rest.
It's okay to rest.
It's okay to rest. Leaving your career as a civil engineer, I know you said you were laid off, but it's very, oil and gas is very cyclical. Mm-hmm. Like it just goes through these cycles. Yes. And eventually you'll be hired again. Yes. Like it's just a thing. Yes. In oil and gas. Yeah. And I'm sure there were people who thought, what are you doing making lotion and like you have a civil engineering.
My husband was one of them at first. He was like, what are we doing now? What are we doing? What are we going back to school for? You have an engineering degree. Yes. But
how did you manage all those well-meaning people, including close to you?
Yes. I mean, well, initially, I would say when I first got started, I got a lot of that, right? And so I got laid off. I went back for medical aesthetics, and then I did get called back. Mm-hmm. I got called back. I went back, and then I used my paychecks to continue to fund it. Once I started kind of checking some boxes, like going to pitch for Walmart, or, oh, another spa is carrying our product, or, I have another client booked. Then people started saying, oh, well, she might be on to something. Or, so for me, it was, I know that this is what I'm called to do. I'm just going to continue doing it until I hear something different. Mm-hmm. And so I just wouldn't let other people's kind of words or negative, thoughts kind of stop me from my journey, because it wasn't meant for them, right? Mm-hmm. It was meant for me. And I'll never forget, I do want to share this with you. I had a man tell me one time, he was like, well, you must not believe in what you're doing because you're still working and doing it part-time. And I was like, no, I definitely believe in what I'm doing, but I also have bills. So I was like, until I get to that place, I'm doing both. And I'm standing in the same room you're standing in. So I'll get there eventually. So I just say, like, you can't let other people's thoughts, their, comments stop you from what you feel like you're called to do. It's your vision, not them. It wasn't given to them. So they may not understand.
Right. Absolutely. And sometimes it's their own insecurities.
Exactly.
Being reflected onto you.
Yeah.
Right. So for anyone who's listening, who has a passion, mm-hmm. Trying to figure out, can this be a business? Mm-hmm. Or they're trying to figure out, like how to pivot.
Right.
They could even just be discontent.
Yeah.
Or just, what advice would you give them?
I would say just start. Start with something small. If you know that there's a product that you want to launch, right, or a service you want to launch, learn more about it. Learn more about what you need to do to get started. Go to places like SCORE and SBDC, free resources. Kind of put that plan together and just start little by little. You don't have to quit your day job. If it's a product, get a few people to try the product, get some feedback, figure out, do I need to change this? Does this work? All those things. And then if people are telling you, oh, this is working, or I like this, or, you need to make a change here. I don't like the way this smells. If 10 people tell you I don't like the way it smells, you might need to change the way it smells. But just get started. I would say if you truly feel like you're passionate about something, or you've identified a need or a gap, try. That there's nothing, worse. Somebody can tell you no, somebody can say they don't like it, but at least you can say you tried.
Right. Before we wrap up with my last question, talk about the power of no, because oftentimes, especially social media, has painted this picture that entrepreneurship is easy, it's glamorous. You have an idea, and then one day you just quit your job, and now life is good.
Yeah.
Tell us about either a no or a challenge or something where a time where maybe someone else may have given up, but you still press through.
So 2 things come to mind. One was my first pitch to Walmart, because it was a no, because the guy said, not right now, basically. So I always look at things as, when I get a no, it's either not right now or it wasn't meant for me. So it's not going to derail what I'm doing, right? It's just going to have me go back to the drawing board. That was one. The second one was actually recent with this Laser Institute. The first time I applied and put all the things together, they said no because I needed to go back and change A, B, and C. In that moment, I had a crossroads. I could say, okay, the state told me no, I'm just done, I'm going to move on. Or I can say, you know what, I truly believe this is what we're supposed to do. Let me go back and make these changes and go for it again. So you have to look at things as, it's either a not right now or it wasn't meant for me. Let me figure out where I go next. You can't just let a no shut you down, because being an entrepreneur, you're going to hear no a lot more than you hear yes. I mean, that's just, that is the reality. You are going to hear no a lot more than you hear yes. But if you let a no just stop you in your tracks, you're not really anywhere.
So what is next for Camille Elise?
Well, I already gave you the big announcement. That's it. The Laser Institute is coming in January. So it is coming in January. So that's the biggest thing for us. We've built out this new beautiful space this year. We got this school opening, and that is it. We are super excited with everything that we've had going, where, like I was telling you, we have some amazing influencers and some amazing people who come in and just showed people what we are building here. And so we're growing, we're getting busier.
She has a waiting list, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm not adding anything else. Next year it's thanking God for where we are and coasting with what we've done next year.
Well, I couldn't be more proud of you. It's an amazing journey. You're not done.
Of course.
I am excited about the unknown future for you. And in addition to building an incredible business, she has trained over 500 people who now most have their own business. Training 500 entrepreneurs is an incredible feat from mixing products at home.
Yes.
Years ago, not that long ago.
I know. It feels like forever, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
I know. So I just want to publicly say how much I appreciate. Lindsay is someone I call a sisterpreneur.
Yes.
You need people in your life like that who have been on a similar journey. I appreciate that we can say something to each other and the other will say, just a nod of the head. Yeah, I know, like no explanation needed. So I just appreciate our friendship and our sisterhood so much. You guys go to CamilleElise.com It is an amazing facility. I look forward to sharing some of the behind the scenes with you. And thank you so much for joining
Absolutely.
us on
Thank you
Coffee
for
with
having
Angel.
me.
Yeah, finally.
I know, right? We got here.
We got here. You guys have an amazing Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Oops. Okay.